Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Terrence Ray with another stock market update. Today is Friday, and it's the end of the week, the end of the trading week, and the market sold off right before the closing bell. Now, most of the day today, the market was flat to almost bullish at certain points of the day, and towards the end of the day, the S&P 500 did sell off. As a matter of fact, the S&P 500 futures actually ended up being down almost 0.5%. The Dow futures were down most of the day. They were down, ended up being a 1.25%. Russell futures down 1.25%, and the Nasdaq futures finished in the green. Now, what boosted that or what did that? Obviously, Amazon had great earnings, and Amazon ended the day up 6, almost 7% on the day. Ended up $8. So Amazon a larger percentage of the Nasdaq than it is in the S&P 500. So that, and coupled with Apple being up, Microsoft being up, and Tesla being up, also Nvidia being up, that would keep the market, would keep the Nasdaq up. So what we can, I was looking at some news headlines, and I seen one that says that, couple with fears, try to blame, the descent at the end of the day, try to, make it seem like it has something to do with the conflict that's going on in the Middle East, which I don't think that was it at all. I just think the market was already going down, and it hit a level of support, and I'm gonna show you. We're gonna go to the SPX, and I will show you guys. You look here were the expected move for this week. As you can see, Thursday candlestick hit right there and sat there, so it just acted as support. This is also a gap fill from way back on May 24th. So if you look to the left, you see that's a gap fill right there. So the market just from Thursday, it hit support. And if you're not familiar with what I mean by support, basically where you got some buyers at, you got some orders right here. And then it moved down a little bit towards the end of the day. So that's that. Um, I put on an iron condor in the S&P 500 yesterday. We can take a look at that and see how that is doing. Currently, it's up like $15. And basically that's just a neutral trade. So all I'm saying is, look, I don't know which way the market's gonna go, and I don't care. I'm gonna sell both sides. I literally have spreads. I literally have a spread up here around what, on the call side, I'm up here at 441, 446. So I got a call spread here, and I have a put spread all the way down here. So the market got to beat me. And I sold the spread when, basically, if we go look at the VIX, when volatility is high. Look, guys, you don't really, you can, yes, you'll make more money buying call options and buying put options, or you have the potential to, right? You also have the potential to lose the most money that way. And you will lose probably more trades than you win. You just need to, when you trade like that, you better make more money when you win, and you better limit the loss or the amount of the losses. This way, if I do these trades, and I can do them continuously, and I get a large number of trades in, I'll win the majority of these trades. I just need to be able to manage losers, right? Because these trades are high probability trades. Look how far I am out on the expected move. I'm way out here. You can see I just need the market. I just need the price to stay within here for a couple weeks while volatility contracts, and then I make money. Now I will go over. Let's look at some charts, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about another trade that I had on in Meta that I put on. Like I said, we could talk about Amazon. Let's look at Amazon on the chart. You can see we got a gap up, right? And it actually crossed over the 9 SMA. So that could be um, look like a buy signal. Me personally, I just don't. It'll be kind of hard for me to get long anything right now until the S&P 500 I think stops going down and it begins to turn around. But you can see we got a gap up right here, and you can look down here. You can see it gapped up on high volume. We had 125 million shares trade today in Amazon. That's a heck of a lot. Let's take a look at Apple. So I like to take a. Let me go back to Amazon. Whenever I pull up a chart, I like to talk about like what I would do if I was placing a trade or what kind of trade I would make. It's one of the things about following my channel. I give all types of different ideas, right? Because I can't give you financial advice, but I can give you what I would do. And something like here, if someone said, "Hey, you got to make a trade. What kind of trade you make?" Probably here. Let's look at the option chain. More than likely, I'm selling a put. Let's see, it gapped up. This level right here is 120. So if that's 120 bucks, we got a gap here. I'd probably sell a put down there at the low. Sell a put right there. If you would have got that on before the market closed, could have sold this put for 152. Collect a buck 52 in premium. And that's in essence what you're doing. You're outside the expected move, and you're right here past the gap. So you generally what happens when you get a gap. Now this is a big one, but generally what happens when you get a gap like that is you'll get a little retest somewhere right around here. It may even go up a little bit more on Monday, then retest, then shoot higher. That's what you would like to see. If you're selling a put in Amazon at 120, maybe you don't mind owning Amazon at 120. So if it was to come down here and maybe you got put the option, you get put the option 120 minus the 152. So your cost basis basically be about 118.48, 118.50. You'll be in it, at that price. Not a bad price for Amazon, right? If you think that, if you like the stock. So I always prefer selling puts to get long as opposed to buying the shares outright. You can move closer if you want to, if you want a little bit more risk. Come in and sell that 122. Delete this. Collect 204. As you can see, you got a 76% probability of profit over here. So I like that. Let's take a look at Apple. And then I'm gonna bring up Meta. I put a trade on in Meta. See right here, Apple is taking this low out. Uh, I don't really see anything. You got almost looks like a descending. I don't know if you want to call it a wedge or triangle. If you look like right here, you see, if you draw a trend line from here to there, then you came like from here to here. I don't. I wouldn't get long it. I'd have to see a break above the 9 day, somewhere right in here. Hey, now we still got earnings in Apple to go. Earnings don't come in Apple to November 2nd. I was gonna say you could do something like what I put on in the SPY, like maybe an iron condor or a strangle, but I would not do the strangle with earnings still out there. So I will let earnings pass and then let's see what happens. See if we get, maybe some upward momentum like we did in Amazon, and then maybe you can get a break to the upside and then maybe do a trade or something like that. But I will stay away from it because it got earnings. You don't know what's going to happen to earnings. I did say I want to talk about Meta. Meta had that breakdown yesterday, a big gap down, and then you got it pulled back a little bit today, right here in the gap. I sold the call spread in Meta. Sold the, let's see right here. I sold the let's see, field. Oh, there it go. It's right above it. I'm looking dead at it. Sold the 310 and bought the 315. So basically, I'm right up around this area with my call spread. Market did pull back. I'm expecting a retest. But then let's see. I got levels down here for it to continue downward. But we'll see what happens. Um, let's with me doing that. I think I am down right now about 47 bucks, 46, 47 bucks. You can look right here. I collected 143, and right now that spread is worth 190. So you want, when you sell a spread, you obviously want the spread to be worth less. But we got a whole lot of time, 49 days. So I'm just gonna sit with it. Now I will show you another setup that I use. I call this. Um, you probably can find this online. It's called chaos. Like I call it the chaos setup. Basically, you can see I got a whole lot going on in this chart, but I know what everything is on here. You see the oscillator crossed over right here on the gap down. And so, some traders take that as just go with that. Same thing here. Crossed over to the downside, you just go with that. Now I did pull back a little bit today, but that's fine. And so basically that's when it took out this fractal. I would have loved to have been in it back here. Wish I would have seen this on Wednesday. Would have been a much better trade. But sitting on it, putting it on yesterday, we'll just see what happens. Stay short, Meta. Google. Let's see if we can find what's going on with Google. What's going on? Let's see. Microsoft bring up Google. I didn't want to bring up Google. I'm just going over the big 7 or 6 or 8, whatever they call it on TV. The main stocks that everyone's trading. You see Google. This is a huge gap down. I don't want no parts of it. A lot of times when you get huge gaps down, huge gaps down like this, or you get a huge gap, it's kind of hard to trade. Anything, to be honest with you, if I was gonna do anything, it'd be a delta neutral trade, iron condor. Like we already had earnings. I'm out here selling some junk. Sell to 110, buy to 105. Sell to 135, buy to 140. You don't get nothing for it though. You only get a buck. So let's come closer. Sell to 130, sell to 115. So all I did was bring it in some. You might have to shade it one way or the other. Maybe do it that way. I like that one better. So if you're looking at it, I sold the 130, bought the 135, and then sold the 110, bought the 105, collecting a buck 65 in credit. So anything I was gonna do there, that's what it would be. When you get these type of gaps in the market or on your chart, it's kind of hard to trade because at some point we'll get a feel. Some point the market will fill this gap. You just don't know when. Tesla got a big, huge gap down as well. It's hanging right down at the 200 SMA. That's what this blue line is. This is the 200 simple moving average, 200 day. And you can see it is consolidating right there around that support level. With it being here, then it now it's resistance. So I don't really have same thing. I'm trading this now. It is oversold on the RSI. Look up here. See how it's green and it says 28. It is oversold, but that don't mean anything to me. Not at this stage, at this state in the market on this down move, because I still see a little bit more to the bear side in the SPY. So I'd be selling premium here. Selling premium is the way to go in my opinion. Just because the VIX is so high, you can collect a lot of premium selling the options in here, and you don't have to be 100% right on which way the direction is going to be. Netflix got a big gap here. We got gaps everywhere, and gaps are really tough to trade because you got a big hole here. So even if you just said, "Hey, I'm just gonna buy it," um, which I do not subscribe to just buying options. You're gonna buy stock and hold it for, hold it for some months, maybe a year or so, saying, "Hey, the market will rebound." That ain't a bad idea. But then if that's the case, then you're not really looking at charts anyway. Nvidia, let's see. Nvidia it was up $1.74, which really ain't nothing for Nvidia. We got a low, high, and a lower low right here at this level. Yeah, Nvidia can continue to go. I wouldn't be surprised if Nvidia filled this gap. All right. And that's pretty much all I wanted to look at as far. Let's take a look at gold. Gold seen a nice spurt today up, and gold has been doing real well ever since the conflict broke out in the east. So, or the Middle East, or whatever you want to call it. Um, if you off the lows, that's a nice move. I would like to see a pullback, to get involved in something like this. Now you can see if you're looking at gold, you'll see the IV rank is like 56.9. Remember I said commodities crash up. They don't crash down. So when you get large moves in commodities, that's going to make the implied volatility expand if you get that large move to the upside. Oil did end up green on the day. Oil had been down. It was down yesterday, and it had like 3 down days in a row. So that's surprising to see. If we get a move in, excuse me, not gold, and oil, if we get a move in oil above this 9 SMA, look out. We could get something. It could come up here to challenge these highs. Now I did see something like the conflict is escalating, so maybe that has something to do with oil. I don't remember it being up when the market opened up this morning. So once again, we got that iron condor put on that I have on in the SPY, and then we got a call spread that I have that I sold in Meta. And what I'm going to do, I don't have my expected moves set up right now. I will do those and get that video out this weekend. So then you'll be able to have a nice range for your expected move. I do it for a few stocks, maybe I'll do like the big seven or whatever they want to call them, super seven or whatnot. And then the SPX and maybe the NDX, the NASDAQ. May start adding some more to it. But you can see right here, that level held on yesterday, and then today it kind of broke it. So we'll see what happens next week. I think the expected move is a decent size range, so we still get a lot of movement next week. We'll see what happens over the weekend. And with that, guys, just be comfortable. Like I said, be comfortable with your risk. Know your risk and be comfortable with it. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Help me get my viewership up. Try to help me get my subscriptions up. And the likes, when you hit the like button, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. and comment in the in the comments what you what you're looking at, like how you make trades, and you can give me a stock or whatever, and I'll pull up a chart and look at it. Maybe I'll do the expected move, or maybe I may even trade it live, right? So, I like to do go live when I see like some opportunities or something that I like to talk about live instead of recording a video. I will do a live market mingle. I like that name, Market Mingle. And then this platform that I'm using, this is TastyTrade. And so the link to this is in the notes. If I promote something or I have something like an affiliate link, it is something that I actually do use. I don't have an affiliate link for nothing that I don't use or have not used. So you'll see Ladder Insurance down there in the show notes. I actually use that. I have a plan with them. Anything that's down there, like I've used it or I am currently using it. And I do think this is the best trading platform out there. Just that it's some tools on here, man, that make it like this one tool right here. I'm gonna show you. If you don't get the platform for nothing but other than this little ruler right here in the middle, this is their own proprietary um expected move that they come up with a little math formula that they have. And I use it all the time to trade. It doesn't matter whether I'm selling options, whether I'm scalping, because if I'm scalping, I'm using these as take profit levels, the whole nine. So, and I haven't seen that on any other platform, right? So, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna be out. Peace.